Long time ago, in the land of Sashal Madar, there was a king named Elon Musk who wished to conquer the land of Twitteria, but unfortunately, the land of Twitteria put up all their defenses. They sent every single man and woman they could possibly find to the front lines to stop King Elon from taking over their land. But then, of course, King Elon decided to come henceforth and take on the challenge of offering more grain and gold than anyone could imagine for said Twitterlandia, at which point Twitterlandia took down their defenses and said, you know what, King Elon, you shall take us over and you shall be the new ruler of this land, at which point then King Elon said, but you guys probably have too many bots over there in Twitterlandia. And they're like, wait, what? What are you talking about? No, we don't, it's only like 5%. And then King Elon was like, yeah, but it could be more than that. And then they were like, wait, but you said you were gonna buy us, and we signed a paper and everything. So what the heck is the deal, King Elon? And King Elon was like, whatever, deal with it. And then they were like, okay, whatever. Then I'm going to do a lawsuit against you. And here is where we are now. Yeah, that's right. Twitterlandia has filed a lawsuit by carrier pigeon against King Elon. Take a look at this. Verified complaint. What the heck? I guess Twitter verified the complaint. That's funny. They gave it a blue check mark, I guess. Nature of the action is they are basically suing Elon Musk, it says, through undersigned counsel and a complaint against him for X Holdings and the acquisition. Basically, in April 2022, Elon Musk entered a binding merger agreement with Twitter, promising his best efforts to get the deal done. Now, less than 3 months later, Musk refuses to honor his obligations. Dang it, King Elon. No honor there, I guess, from Twitter. This is so ridiculous. Basically, they're trying to force him to buy it now because he said, like, the entirety of this is Elon's so bad, therefore he must own our platform. Okay. Having mounted a public spectacle on Twitter in play and having proposed and then signed a seller-friendly merger agreement, Musk apparently believes that he, unlike every other party in the subject of Delaware law, is free to change his mind. But he didn't disclose the bots, Twitter. But what the heck? Oh, and I probably shouldn't. They're gonna get mad at me. They're gonna shadow ban my account, aren't they? Now, oh well, it is what it is. But as we continue to look at this deeper, you can see. I mean, it gets worse. Musk, the chief executive officer of Tesla Inc. and the leader of SpaceX, as well as other entities, they talk in detail about how he opened his account in 2009. His presence on Twitter was ubiquitous. With over 100 million followers, Musk's account is one of the most followed on Twitter, and he has tweeted more than 18,000 times. He's also suggested he would consider starting his own company to compete with Twitter. Musk acting through and with his solely owned entities, parent and acquisition sub agreed by Twitter for $54.20 per share in cash for a total of $44 billion. That price, presented by Musk on a take it or leave it basis, an unsolicited public offer, represented 38% premium over Twitter's unaffected share price. The other terms Musk offered agreed to were to be touted as seller friendly, and I mean, when we start to get deeper into this, it gets really crazy. So Musk wants out, they say, rather than bear the cost of the market downturn as a merger agreement requires. Musk wants to shift it to Twitter's stockholders. Okay. And they say Musk's strategy is a model of hypocrisy. One of the chief reasons Musk cited for March 31st wanting to not buy Twitter was to get rid of crypto spam he viewed as a major blight on the user experience. And then they continue on. I mean, it gets really bad. Musk's strategy is a model of bad faith, they say, while pretending to exercise the narrow right he has under the merger agreement to inform for a consummation of the transaction. Musk has been working furiously, albeit fruitlessly, to try to show that the company he promised to buy and not disparage has made material misrepresentations about its business to regulators and investors. He has also asserted falsely that the consummation of the merger depends on the results of his fishing expedition and his ability to secure debt financing. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about this. So worst case scenario for Elon, he's forced to buy Twitter legally. Best case scenario for Elon, he can just buy Twitter another way probably. No matter what, I feel like Elon's going to end up owning Twitter. All he has to do is just buy up enough shares of Twitter to the point, oh, look at that, I'm getting a call right now. Shall we answer it while we're in the middle of recording? You know what, the answer is probably not. We shall let it ring. Actually, we're going to use this as a song. Elon Musk, once upon a time, in the land of Twitter, did some bad stuff. I don't know, that doesn't really work that well, does it? I guess, you know what, I'll call him back in a bit. See, the thing is, when you record a video, there's only one way that you can be interrupted, and that is, of course, by technology or by a giant dragon coming into your house. Maybe there's two ways, actually. Anyway, back to the actual subject here. On July 8th, 2022, a little over a month after the first using of bad faith pursuit of spam-related evidence, he's now claiming to not go forward with the merger agreement. So kind of crazy stuff here. I mean, it's really baffling how much they try to tarnish Elon in this article and talk about how bad he is, how he is single-handedly trying to take down Twitter and bring its share price down literally by making memes and jokes. I mean, come on, guys. Elon Musk is just simply having fun with this. Why wouldn't he? There's no reason not to. And the reason why Elon doesn't like the people at Twitter in the first place is because they don't want to have fun with it. Instead, they like to control and do this and do that and try to use their power for their own personal interests, whether it be their interest in what they want to see the world look like, or whether it be their interest in stopping people they don't like, which, by the way, if you don't want to listen to those people, then don't go on Twitter. Everyone should have the ability to listen to whoever the heck they want on social media. There should not be people getting taken down left and right. Elon Musk firmly believes that, and that is why I think at this current point, the best thing Elon can do is just remain fun, stop letting anyone tell him what to do whatever the heck he thinks is best, and I think that will in the end lead to him owning Twitter just for a much lower price than what we're seeing right now. He can simply acquire shares slowly the right way rather than having to go and buy it what could be considered the wrong way based on the high price of $54.20. I mean, the crazy thing is though, this letter is literally 26 pages long. I mean, like, we can skip to some random stuff here. This one, for example, plaintiff Twitter is a Delaware corporation headquartered in San Francisco. That doesn't seem that interesting. On July 8th, 2022, a little over a month after we already read that part. Let's see. Let's scroll down to like page 60 and see what's on. I mean, I'm actually curious now what's on page 60. I mean, I read a decent ways into this and I was like, all right, this is so ridiculous. I'm not reading any more of it. So I haven't actually gotten down to this part yet. I mean, it's just too silly to do that. Musk's distortive public statements about the deal and his increasingly aggressive information demands through counsel raised Twitter's suspicion that he was secretly abandoning efforts to finalize the committed deal, financing in time before a prompt closing. Section 6.10 requires defendants to take all steps necessary to secure the already committed financing for the closing. Twitter's concern depended on June 23rd, deepened, they say, on June 23rd, 2022, when Musk texted the Twitter management to say that he had asked Swan to depart the deal proceedings as we were not on the same wavelength. At the same time, Musk said he was trying to prepare the cash flow projections necessary to secure the debt. And as for Twitter's cash flow projections over the next 3 years, and a comparison of the historical projections to actuals to assist debt issuers who are much more conservative than equity investors, customarily projections are needed well in advance of closing and before approaching ratings agencies, which is a key first step in consummating debt financing, which is all legal mumbo jumbo. But basically, the point of all of that is they're saying that Elon Musk was still interested in information about Twitter and he's not necessarily giving up on the deal yet. I believe he's just simply either trying to negotiate or simply saying, all right, well, if you don't want to do that, then I'll find another way to buy it. He did tweet out that it was more important to him to have control over Twitter to the point where he could make it so that it is a platform that actually protects the main thing that has continued to hold democracies together for a long time, which is the ability for people to speak freely. He wants to maintain that. He wants to preserve that, which is an admirable cause. And because of that, he's willing to spend more money as a result of it, regardless of if it's profitable or not. He thinks that's so important. That's exactly what he said. And I believe him on that. I think he will find some way to acquire the platform. If he started his own platform, who knows? I mean, it could be exciting. It could be something that does not get that much traction. It really just depends. But at the end of the day, if there is one consensus platform that everyone can agree on and that everyone can feel safe and comfortable talking on, then that is what the ideal situation is, and it would make the world a significantly better place. That's what we should strive towards. Elon Musk is doing that, and if he's going to go forward, I certainly hope that he's able to do it quickly, because the longer we wait, the more likely it seems like this could fail. Also, Elon Musk could just simply say, all right, whatever. I mean, I'll just buy it for more. I don't care. I mean, that's a possibility. We really don't know here. It doesn't seem like they want to negotiate with him, but it also seems like they're very greedy for money, which, I mean, I guess somewhat makes sense if you're Twitter, because a lot of people want money, people like money, and the CEO himself would make like $50-60 million or something insane like that just simply for being the CEO for a few months. Then we would have other people in the company making huge amounts, big shareholders making large amounts. Instead of having to have that be over the next 20 years, they would get it all at once. And it would be even a longer term than that, because the valuation Musk put on it is insanely high compared to where it actually should be valued, which is already different than where he could potentially take it. So a lot of things to consider there, a lot of random information thrown into one little place. And so it just makes you wonder, when in the world are we going to see Elon Musk having control over a major social media platform? Will it be his own? Will it be someone else's? Will it be Twitter? The answer is most likely the latter of those three, that he will in fact own Twitter. I firmly believe he'll find a way to make it happen. I mean, heck, Elon, if you want to buy my shares of Twitter, I'll sell them to you. I own like 3, I think. Elon, you can buy my 3 shares of Twitter, and I will then use that money you give me, Elon, to invest it in Dogecoin. I think that's of course the move right there. Sell my Twitter shares, invest in Dogecoin. If we all do that, you know what? That'll be a pretty positive thing. Anyway, I'm Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.